Hi, I'm Ellen Gormley and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing this lovely mosaic stitch. It's the box stitch and it looks like it has some depth. It almost looks three-dimensional because of the color play. We're just using one color per row, two colors, and this is what the front looks like and this is what the back looks like. So the back also looks really cool. But the front looks like a box stitch. The back looks kind of like arches or Roman aqueducts or something. So anyway, let's get started with this. I started on this swatch with the blue, but instead I'm going to start with the aqua for the swatch we're making today so that you can see how it looks differently depending on whether you put the light color first or the dark color. So the medium or darker color was used first on this swatch, but I'm going to use the aqua first for this one. Let's use a worsted weight yarn and a size I hook, placing a slip knot on my hook. I apologize for my voice in advance, but if I wait any longer to get over this cold, we will be waiting a long time for another video. So let's just do it, and I apologize for the sniffling and the quality of my voice. We are now going to chain a multiple of 4 plus 3. I have decided to do 15 total today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is my multiple of 4, plus 3 more, 13, 14, 15. So it will be a smaller swatch than the one that I have previously made. So in the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, in the second one, we will place a single crochet and a single crochet in the back ridge of the next stitch, the next chain as well. Then we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So mosaic is a type of color work. We're skipping 1, 2, and then the next two we're going to single crochet 1 in one and then 1 in the next. It's a way of doing color work. It's pretty easy to do, but it's hard to describe in a written pattern, so it's often easier to find a symbol diagram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 2, 1, 2, single crochet in each one of each of the next 2 stitches. So the mosaic stitch is color work where you're using just one color per row, 3, 4, 5. And you're dropping stitches down into previously unused stitches of previous rows. So the stitches that we are skipping in this foundation will end up being used again later. Okay, so we are done with row 1. It's these 2 single crochets, then a chain 5 with a skipping of 2 stitches. And I'm going to yarn over and keep working with the new color. Now, once we get past this first color change, it's now a sequence of using one color for 2 rows and then switching color so that the floats, the unused yarn, gets carried up the side of the work and we don't have to like cut at the end of each row. So I love that. So here we go. Because we're working in rows, it's often most convenient to do that, to use one color for 2 rows before switching to the next color for 2 rows. Okay, here comes Theo. Hey, buddy. So on row 2, what we're going to do is chain 1 in turn. We're going to single crochet in each of the first 2 single crochets. And we are going to half double crochet in front of the chain 5 space. So working in front of this chain 5 space, working into the unused, I got to get him down because he's bouncing the whole table. I'm sorry. Hey, buddy. I know you want to play. So we're going to work in the unused loops of the chain here. So this one and this one. And we'll work in front of the chain 5 space and we'll do a half double crochet, which is a yarn over. Insert the hook into that ridge of the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook for a half double crochet. And we'll do that again for the next stitch, yarn over, insert the hook in the stitch that was skipped, yarn over, pull up a loop, be careful not to split the yarn, yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook. And then we will go back to working by one stitch in each of the next single crochets. So we are flip-flopping between working in the current row like we traditionally normally would and skipping the current row and working below it. And that is the hallmark of a mosaic stitch, so that it almost looks like you're using two colors per row, but really it's just these are reaching down long. But we're right here on row 2 at the moment. So let's keep going. We will, working in front of this chain 5 loop, half double crochet in the skipped chain 1 row below. And he's getting quite pesky today, buddy. I know you guys really like seeing Theo though, so I appreciate your patience. Many of you do like seeing him, hopefully. Yarn over, insert, and we're working in that skipped chain, that skipped stitch. And then we are folding, you know, keeping an eye on, did I get 2 in the same spot? Looks like I kind of, what did I do? Did I do it? It got a little twisted a little bit. When in doubt, go back and work it out. So it's fine. I just have a cold. Okay, so it needs to go right here between my thumbs and then right here between my thumbs. That's where it needs to go. When in doubt, pull it out. Not a big deal. Yarn over, insert the hook in the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. And I'm working in front of that chain 5. So I'm just skipping it, pretending it's not even there, holding it to the back and working the stitches in front. And then I'll place going back here to these single crochets, placing 1 in each of them. Making sure to get that. And this is what it looks like so far. And these chain 5 loopies from the previous row are here in the back, no big deal. So working in front of the chain 5 loop, I'm going to just push that aside and work in front of it like it's not even there. Half double crochet, half double crochet. If I can get, I'm also hearing the dog ringing the bell, but we just came in from a long walk, so he really is supposed to be fine for now. And single crochet in each of the last 2 single crochets. So there is row 2. We will continue with this color 1 more row because remember I told you from now on we're doing the same color 2 rows in a row. So chain 1 and turn. Now we will single crochet in each of the next 2 single crochets. And we will single crochet all the way across actually for this row. So we're single crocheting in those half double crochets that are behind the chain 5 loop. So this is a nice rest row where you can just make up some ground by single crocheting in each stitch across. And then at the end of this row, we will change color back to the aqua. You could do more colors than just the 2, but you will lose some of the effect, the kind of color play, mosaic-y, 3-dimensional looking effects if you do that. So I'm going to switch colors and yarn over and pull through with the aqua on this last stitch. So I'm just pulling it up from the previous row, yarning over and pulling through the loops to finish the stitch, leaving the blue to then drop just like it's not even there. We won't even cut it. We will just let it float up the side. So the next row, we are chaining 1, 2, 3, turn. We will double crochet in the next single crochet. And actually we are skipping this first one and double crocheting in the next one. We should be good to go. Now we will chain 1, 2 and work a single crochet in the chain 5 loop from the previous rows. So I'm going to just work it right here, single crochet in it, chain 1, 2, and then single crochet in the next 2. So I'm skipping the half double crochet, skipping this one, and single crocheting in each, double crocheting in each of the next 2 stitches. Creating some height on this row. So there we go, 1, 2, skipping 1, 2, single crocheting in the chain 5 loop, pulling it up, 1, 2, make sure to skip those 2, double crochet in each of the next 2. So this is since it's a multiple of 4, it's a rhythm. You can kind of see the rhythm is 2 stitches, 2 stitches, 2 stitches, 2 stitches, and it's a multiple of 4. Okay, are you seeing what I'm doing there? So when I'm single crocheting, I'm just grabbing this loop from the previous couple rows ago and single crocheting into it instead of one of the stitches on the current row, and chain 2, and then skip 1, 2, and then we'll finish with double crochets in the last 2. And then we will chain 1 and turn. This is the Mosaic box stitch. I hope you like Mosaic. It's a lot of fun. And it's a great way to make effects in a thick fabric without too much work. So we're single crocheting in each of the first 2 stitches. Then we are back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then single crochet in the next 2 double crochets. So we're skipping a good amount of space here. Okay, we're skipping the chain 2 space, the single crochet in the chain 2, and we're single crocheting in each of the double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skipping the chain 2 space, the single crochet, the chain 2 space, and single crocheting in the next 2 double crochets. We're continuing this across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skipping 2 chains, a single crochet and 2 chains, and we will end with single crochet in each of the last 2 stitches, including that chain 3, which counted as a double crochet. Okay, and we are changing color at the end of this, in this last stitch, by dropping the aqua, picking up the blue, floating the blue up the side, and working the rest of the stitch, taking care not to create too much tension to where it pulls too tautly up the side. Excuse me. And so we will continue with the blue now with chain 1, turn, single crochet in each of the first 2 single crochets, and now we get to do treble crochets. We're going to do 2 long treble crochets. We're going to work in front of all of this craziness into this stitch here that I'm tapping with my thumb and the next stitch. So we're going to do a treble crochet here and a treble crochet there, and we're putting it all in front of all that stuff. So you can even fold it all down if you don't want to see it or get tangled up in it. You can find the stitches real easily. A treble crochet is yarn over twice, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook until they are done 3 times. Yarn over twice, insert the hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook 1 time, yarn over, pull through and pull through 2 loops on the hook a 2nd time, and repeat for the 3rd. Then we can fold up or bring up all of this work current, and we're going to single crochet in the next 2 single crochets. And we'll leave all of that craziness stuff back there undone. We're not even touching it. So we have another opportunity to do that with treble crochet, yarn over twice. We can fold all that stuff behind if we don't even want to think about it and get confused by it. And also Mosaic, you could totally do this with 1 color, but it's so much easier to see what you're doing in 2 colors. Okay, and then find the single crochets on the current row, 1 in each of the next 2. Then trebles again, fold it behind if you need to, so that you can find your target, which is the same color. It's the same color we're working in, just in case you're having a hard time if you are making a swatch out of different colors. Okay, and then fold all this up, and in the most recent row, single crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. And because we're only changing color after we have done each color twice, we've only done this color this time 1 time, so we're staying with this color. Chain 1 and turn. Now this is that fun row where we get to single crochet all the way across. So 1 for 1, single crochet in each of the same color all the way across. So we'll just pretend that chain 5 aqua loop is not even there. We're just single crocheting in each of the blue blue stitches all the way across. Some of them are trebles, some of them are singles. It doesn't matter. We're just going all the way across. And at the end of this row, since we've used this color twice now, we know that we are changing color. So we're going to drop the blue, pick up the aqua, float it up the side, and finish the stitch with the new color, so that we've got these little floats. These unused color is just brought up the side. No big deal. We'll cover that with an edging if we're making a completed project. Okay, so the next color, we're chaining 1, 2, 3, and turn. So it's time now to double crochet in the next stitch. The chain 3 counts as the first double crochet. Now we're going to chain 1, 2, skip these 2 stitches, pull up that chain 5 loop from previously that was previously hanging out there, single crochet in it, chain 1, 2. Remember to skip those 2 between my thumbs. And in the next 2 stitches, we would place 1 double crochet in each stitch. Okay, 1, 2. Go find that chain 5 loop or it's hanging out on the back of the fabric. Single crochet in it. Chain 1, 2. Skip 2 blue stitches, 1, 2, and double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And we're doing this all the way across the row. 1, 2, find that chain 5 loop, single crochet in it, chain 1, 2, skip 1, 2 stitches, and double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. And we will chain 1 and turn. Okay, so you can see where the arches are turning. Look at that, isn't that cool? Especially when you pull it out and block it loose and you can see the gaps there. It's almost like 2 layers of work. So it is a denser fabric. This is a great fabric for a sweater. It's a great fabric for a blanket. It's a great fabric for, it'd make a really cool tote bag. So, I mean, have fun with this. You know, it might be really cool to make a hat with it. I like this side for a hat. I like this side for a tote bag or a sweater. I like this side for a hat or a tote bag. I like this side for a sweater, this side for a cool jacket or sweater. Very cute. This is more masculine. This might be more feminine if you go by stereotypes. And if you don't, it doesn't matter. I can see this in black and white would be awesome. It would also be really cute and adorable in like pink and orange. It'd be really cute in red and white, or like this blue and aqua. But anyway, this is a nice little introduction to Mosaic. You've got all the rows now. So we would just be repeating. It's actually a repeating of rows 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you count row 1 and 2 as a foundation, and then you really get into the pattern, you're just repeating this section over and over again. And if you compare the 2, whether you started with the light or started with the dark, so the dark is more dominant. So if you start with the dark, this is what it kind of looks like, where the light looks like it's sitting on top. But if you start with the light, it looks like the dark is sitting on top of the fabric. And that is just a way to do it, and that's why we swatch, so that you can decide what you like best when you make the fabric. When we flip it over, it's a more noticeable difference, I think. The dark kind of sits on top as an overlay, and here the light sits kind of on top, or the surface of the work. And so I think it really pops with the lighter color here, but I don't know. Which one do you like better? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this introduction to mosaic box stitch, and I will see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.